All right, the time has finally come. It's time to do our champs predictions. Let's just get straight into it here. Starting off with some bangers: Paper X, Zli, and then Giant X and Sentinels. So first off, I think Paper X, they just look way too good right now. If they lose his XLG, I'll be shocked. So I'm just gonna pick Paper X there. And you already know I'm a Sentinels glazer, and Aura has had COVID the past few days, so they haven't had great practice at Giant X. So I think Sentinels win this one. I'll give Giant X the hand over XLG. Paper X probably win that, and then Sentinels, both of them are going to make it through and qualify. It's a pretty straightforward group. I feel like there's a chance Sentinels go out and then just bomb out, but I have some confidence here. I have some faith. They're going to pull it together. It's going to be great. Now, Group B, we have Bilibili, MIBR, RRQ, and Fnatic. For MIBR, their only hope is literally if Aspas and Verno both just turn up completely. But even if they do, this is a hard match. This is a hard group. I think Bilibili is going to come through at least in this first match. And then RRQ, Fnatic could genuinely go either way. I think the map veto is going to play a big role in this one. If Kayak is online, Fnatic can 100% win this. But Jemkin looked out of his mind in all of Pacific playoffs, so I got to go RRQ there. MIBR Fnatic is like a nuclear bomb versus a coughing baby. If this upset happens and MIBR win, it will go down as one of the greatest of all time. But I think Fnatic win that one. RRQ take out BLG. And sadly for BLG, I just don't think they can beat Fnatic in the lower finals, especially if they had the momentum from the MIBR game. It's going to be hard to stop Fnatic in that situation. I think RRQ and Fnatic make it through from Group B. And now moving down to Group C, we got a pretty interesting group here. Liquid, DRX, NRG, and Edward. This is a really good group. I could genuinely see any two of these teams going through. I think the favorites for the group have to be Liquid. I think Liquid are going to take DRX. DRX did not look amazing in the final half of their season, so I'm going to take Liquid there. And then NRG Edward is very interesting because NRG looked insane at the end of NA playoffs, but that was with Brock going absolutely crazy every single map with that Odin and Phantom. I feel like NRG still have the upper hand on EDG, though. EDG looked pretty rough. They got it together a little bit toward the end, just enough to get to champs, but still, they didn't look super strong. Nothing that would make me think that they're going to come out and just crush NRG. However, it would be really funny to see NRG lose to another Chinese team, but I think NRG have this one in the bag. And then we go down, we have DRX Edward. This will be an interesting game. I think this is really as close to a 50-50 as you're gonna get. It would be kind of sad to see the reigning champs go out like this, but I feel like DRX are hungrier for the championship, and for that reason, I feel like they're just gonna come out on top there. It's gonna be close though. Definitely a 2-1, no 2-0s here. Then Liquid NRG, I think NRG just isn't quite at Team Liquid's level. Trex, Nats, Kiko, they're all just looking absolutely insane right now. I think Liquid win that. And then I'll have NRG getting it over DRX. So we got, what, 2 NA teams in the playoffs so far, looking pretty solid. And then I think Liquid is just by far the strongest team in this group. Liquid looks really solid. We'll go ahead and submit that. And now we have Group D, which is probably my favorite group. Just looking at it, it's like a Bangkok rematch basically, plus DRG. So we have G2 and Team Heretics. This is going to be a banger. This map is going to be so good. This match is going to be so good. I think I give the slight edge to G2, but I would not be surprised at all. Team Heretics just didn't look good in the playoffs, but before that, they looked basically unstoppable. They won EWC, obviously, and they're going to be a bit more well-rested now than they were for playoffs, but I still think G2 just are too good, especially if Leaf is back playing at his best. There's just very few teams in the world that can even compete with him when Leaf is playing like that. It's just a G2 win. And then DRG presumably with Demon 1, maybe Vukashu makes it by then, but for now, he's playing with Demon 1 versus the Bangkok champs in T1. I just think it's going to be hard. Although the storyline for Demon 1 to come in and then beat T1 would be absolutely insane, I just think I got to give it to T1 here. Buzz, Stacks, Meteor, they're all hungry for the win. They want to reclaim that title, and a champs win for T1 would be huge. I know they're all hungry for it. And DH is an absolute monster. I think he's going to turn up that game. Send DRG to the lower bracket, where now it's going to be Dragon Ranger Gaming with either Demon 1, probably more likely Vukashu by now, versus Team Heretics. And there's a part of me that really wants DRG to win this, because I feel like Heretics have looked pretty bad lately, but Rians, Wu, Miniboo, between the three of them, one of them is bound to have a pop-off game. I just feel like Dragon Ranger just got an unlucky group here, especially with their star player not being here for the beginning of it. It's unlucky, but I think they're going to go 0-2. And then we're going to get G2 and T1. This is going to be absolute cinema. It's going to be so good. Depending on how the meta shakes out and how Abyss looks for both of these teams, this could honestly go either way. I think I have to give G2 the slight edge. G2 are just, they're always going to be the favorites on paper pretty much, unless they're going up against like Liquid or Fnatic. So I think G2 take that one. And then we get T1 Heretics to decide who makes it out of this group. Team Heretics has my heart here, but they already won their EWC. T1 won Bangkok. It's such a 50-50, but I feel like Team Heretics, their form has just been so bad lately, and DH is an absolute monster. I'm going to give T1 and G2 out of this group. And here we have the group stage predictions. We got PaperX and Sentinels in Group A, RRQ Fnatic in Group B, Liquid NRG and C, and then G2 T1 and D. These are pretty standard picks. I feel like no major surprises. I just realized I don't have a single Chinese team making it out of groups. My bad. It's just they aren't looking the greatest right now. And if anybody does it, it will be Billy. I feel like they'll probably upset Fnatic. But other than that, none of the other Chinese teams, especially Dragon Ranger Gaming without Vukashu, is looking very hot. So this is my prediction. Sentinels, I'm a little bit biased. I'm always going to put Sentinels through group stage, but I could honestly see them going out. It wouldn't like, I would not be shocked if we had an awful game against Giant X and then just like got unlucky. But honestly, I think this is pretty solid predictions. My predictions for the playoffs of EMEA and NA were absolutely abysmal. So hopefully we can bounce back a little bit here, and I'll be back for probably a playoffs prediction video soon. But with that being said, let me know your predictions in the comments. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Remember, Jesus loves you, and I will see you all next time.